Y'all, what's up? It's your boy Jalen. I'm just coming to do a quick video. You know, I got a topic that I want to talk about. But before I get into that topic, I just want to say thank you for all of the birthday wishes. I really appreciate it. Also, it is October. Fall is here. You see, I'm rocking my flannel. Like, life is good. Life is really good. And I just want to encourage you, like I said in my other video, if God promised you something this year, it is going to happen. It might not be happening right now, but we got October, November, and December. So stand on the promise. Don't forget that God's promises are yea and amen. But that's not what this video is about. That's not what this video is about. I did a blog earlier this week. And I talked about looking for the right one, knowing what you deserve and things like that. And that's what this video is going to be about, knowing your worth and knowing what you deserve and what you bring to the table. I think that we kind of sometimes fall short of that. And I thought about this topic because I was driving and God brought back to my remembrance about how we are young kings and queens. And he reminded me about how I have a friend and she calls all of her friends kings and queens. Like, she calls me a king from time to time, calls her other friends queens. And I appreciate that. Any man, let me tell you that, ladies, any man, if you call your man a king, whether that's your husband, your soon-to-be husband, your boyfriend who you think is going to be your husband, you call that man a king, that's going to boost his confidence. It does, because we are kings. We are kings. But I wanted to talk about how we must know our self-worth. Because our self-worth is tied to our standards and our values. And I think sometimes when we want something so bad, we try to compromise a lot. Now, there's nothing wrong with compromising because that's what marriage is about. Nobody is perfect. And so when you're dating somebody, of course, you have to accept them and their flaws. But also, you know, always remind them to improve. I'm always the type of person, I'm on a constant journey of improvement. I always do self-checks and things like that to see if everything is okay, what I need to improve on, what I need to work on. But I also remind myself of what I'm worth and what I bring to the table. Like, I tell myself all the time, you are a really dope person. Like, you've done a lot of things that other men have not done. You've been on different platforms that other men have not been on at your age. You are doing your thing. You got a lot of stuff going for you. Like, I always remind myself of that because I always want to remind myself what I'm going to bring to a young woman when I want to date her. And men, you always want to show what you bring. You always want to bring something. You don't never want to say, this is me and I ain't working or I ain't got no car and all this stuff, but I like you. No, that ain't gonna work. Like, you want to make sure, especially if you're dating for marriage, you want to make sure that you are put together, because a woman likes a well put together man, just like a man like a well put together woman. And I'm gonna talk about that too. But I remember praying to God a couple of months ago. I was driving and he asked me this question. He asked me, what did I want? And I asked for certain things. And one of the things that I remember praying about is that God will send me a woman that compliments me. And that's what my lifestyle and what I'm called to and my passion and things like that. And that's what we should look for. We should look for somebody who compliments us, not someone who hinders us. I always tell women who I talk to, like, if you're going to be a hindrance to me, then there's exit left. Because I need somebody who's going to push me. I need somebody who's going to support me and motivate me. I don't need anybody who's going to be a distraction. Everybody posts that video about Sarah Jake Roberts, who always talks about, I have no time for distractions. But I believe that sometimes when we compromise, we allow people to distract where God is taking us, and we allow people to take us off the course of where he has us. And so it's very important that you have somebody in your corner, in your life, who is complimenting your life, who is leading you in the right direction, and when you fall, they pick you up. And that goes back to knowing what you deserve and what you bring to the table. Because what you deserve ties to your standards, and you don't never want to lower your standards. You never want to lower your standards. You always want to set your standards high and allow somebody to reach those standards. Ladies, set your standards high. If a man is not willing to meet you where you are at, or meet you where you want him to be, then he really don't want you, because a true man will be a man that that girl wants him to be. I'm sorry. And we always talk about that term, like when we're dating somebody, like, man, she makes me a better man. And that is the truth, because women are a part of us, and so the woman completes the man. And so not only does the man have to be well put together, but the woman has to be well put together. I always tell guys, you got to send me somebody who was put together, because I don't want no projects. I'm tired of dealing with projects. Yes, I am, the type of person who, I'm a very uplifting and encouraging person, but at the same time, a lot of times people, they draw to stronger suited people because they know that they can get what they need from that person, and then sometimes they be out the door, and that goes for friendships, relationships, whatever, and so you have to be careful, and you have to protect yourself as well, and protect your standards, because people watch, just like men watch females, and I always tell females that what you present is what a man is going to perceive you as. And so if you present yourself as a total mess, he gonna think you a total mess, and he might like your total messiness, but also he can probably take advantage of your total messiness, because he knows that you are going to allow anything. But if you are a woman of wisdom and power and strong, and know what you want in a man, and refuse to have anything less than, and you're a woman who carries herself right, then that's what he's going to go for, and that's what he's going to present himself as. A man always studies a woman. And I ain't trying to give out our secrets, men, but a man always studies a woman to figure out what type of female she is, and what type of female she is how he's going to maneuver. And if it's some stuff that he needs to improve, even before he even talk to you, or say, hey, or say, you know what, I'm interested in you, he's already checking himself to say, how can I compliment her life as well? Even though you complete us, how can I show her, hey, this is how a real man is, or this is how I'm going to take care of you, and things like that. Like I said, especially for somebody who was looking to get married, you as a man want to ensure that woman that you are going to be the best man for her, and you're going to protect her, and you're going to be her provider, and things like that. You always want to make sure you assure your woman of that, even in the dating stages. And so if she needs something, and you know that this is a serious relationship, if she needs help with something, you help her out. You always open the door for her. You always assure her that she is a queen, and things like that. But ladies, again, watch how you carry yourselves, because men pay attention to that. I'm going to move by how you carry yourself and what you present to me. That's how I'm going to move. And sometimes it might even be a complete total turn off, and so I might not even approach you, but I'm only going to move of what you allow, because if I really like you, I'm going to make sure that I design myself or better myself according to your needs, because I want you to be in my life. And so, like I said, know your standards, know what you bring to the table, know your worth. Do not settle for less. There are things that you can compromise on, but when you settle for less, that means that you're saying okay to certain things that you just don't want to say okay to. For an example, and then I'm leaving. But for example, religion is a very, very, my spiritual life is very important to me, and I've decided that that is something that I'm not going to compromise for, because one, God has placed a calling on my life where the person who needs to be connected to me has to be a complement or benefit that calling. They have to be a person who motivates me. They have to be a person that understands that calling. But even before that, I believe that Jesus Christ died on the cross for my sins. I believe in God. I believe in the Holy Spirit. And if my significant other doesn't believe, or is not even willing to try to believe, then I can't be with them. And that's just for a lot of, and I mean, there's a lot of different things that play into the standards, but that is one major thing. And you got to think about it. When you get married, you're spending the rest of your life with this person. And so you want to make sure that this person is going to be there for the long run. This person is going to, You know, that this is a person who you accept. This is a person who your family accepts, because a lot of people, they compromise and then they give themselves in situations where they like, I didn't know it was going to be like this. And so when you set that standard at the beginning and you show that you're not planning what you want, then you know that person is going to move accordingly. You know, it's either you get it together and you follow me on this journey together, or you got to go. But that's all I got for y'all. Like I said, be looking out for another video because it is coming. Follow my social media, follow my YouTube account, subscribe. And y'all have a blessed day. And I hope that, like I said, we only got a few more months left in the year. So stay the process. See y'all later.